Nitty bitty, hello. Oh, baby. Tell you what though, stars just snap increase my deposit limits. So, right, queens we are going to raise. King 10 we are going to roll for whether we're going to 4-bet or not. I shouldn't be muted now. Well, I'm not muted now. Wait. Okay. Okay, I'm on a low roll, so I'm going to call the King 10 suited. I don't think we really fold here often. High roll, so definitely going to lead this board. I think it's a good hand to lead as well. Yeah, and just bet shove, I guess. Not really sure what size to pick, but be all in by the river, and I'll see if this is GTO, especially on non-diamonds at least. Excuse me, on non-diamond, non-king, non-10. So I think I would value bet a king, but I think a 10 is too thin to value bet. So we'll check and then be in a bit of a spot, to be honest. Nice. So that's like one of the few hands I think that we could potentially get value from. Well, basically only 9, so it's actually a really lucky river. Stokes, if you win the main... This guy, right, this is this guy's first hand, so he could just have absolute nonsense. It's a shame this is the first hand, because he could just be shoving loads. Obviously. So ace 10 was a print call. This is so annoying that it's quite literally the first hand. He's probably just fucking jamming absolute nonsense. What do you think he bluffs? Bro, this guy has fucking... Right, come on, here we go. Yeah, we're going to run things twice. I mean, he probably won't want to, but we are going to run things twice at 400 and above. So this is going to be a very easy call with what this guy's shoving. My guess is he'll be running it once. Yep, and it's a 10 high board. Ace or a 9, please. Nice one. I guess I'm not going to shove this. Yeah, and then he hit and runs, which really pisses me off. So I'm pretty sure you can you do that? It's annoying. I guess we'd always call on a spade. I think the most annoying thing there is just like if I call and the river breaks, it's just we just end up checking with 7 high. I'm not really going to lead on many rivers. Shameless. I know Rex are going to do it. At least it's not... like, Regs won't really do it, but I can't be arsed with it, man. Like, literally a fucking Gremlin thing. Like, they're shit for the game. If they're just going to double up and leave, then they're not really that good for the game anyway. This is kind of an awkward one. I mean, I guess we're always calling, but we did go 4-way to this board. And we do improve to a straight. I guess there's only really Jack-9 suited, 3 combos that want to bet pot on the turn. He shouldn't have Queen-Jack betting 4-way. So he shouldn't have that many Jack-X, to be honest. Apart from Jack-9 suited, 3 combos. Yeah, Queen-9. Okay. I'm going to really high roll there, so I am going to 4-bet this. I'm not sure if GTO does this that often with this hand, but I think it's a reasonable candidate. We'll check the spot in a bit. I'm only going to do it at a very small frequency of the time as well, so... Interesting one. I think I'm going to range bet here, just because this board is so good for me. King 8 deuce really disconnected as well. So I'm going to go for this, and if he shoves, I'm probably going to call. Do we shove now? I don't think he folds all that often. Hang on, I've got loads of spots. But I think with the equity that we've got, if we're in this spot, I think shoving makes more sense than calling. And he does call with some worse hands, right? He calls with ace, queen, ace, 10, ace, jack of spades. And we have the back doors as well. So I think this is actually a really good candidate to shove. And obviously he has the one hand that has us in bad shape. Ace, somehow. That's just annoying. Is the guy just a nit? Because, like, he has no value there, by the way, apart from pocket 8s. Flopping 2 pair with a 6-4. Heads up. Probably got 5-7, right? Check. I am in a high roll, so I'm going to bet. Alright, 5s flop sets. We're against a fish as well, so here we'll do a load of raising. Check raise me, please. Okay, just gonna call, allow bluffs. Please don't have kings or 10s. I'm gonna raise against that size just because I want all the money going in. Hold. There's 1. So many outs. There's 2, baby. What a fucking turn card that was. Nice. Boom. Moan it in. Let's go, boys. Let's go. I'd love to see it. I don't know why he's got the whale tag. That was a very reasonable play from Villain. I don't like his turn sizing. I'm not the biggest fan, but not that bad, I guess. We flopped top 2 against the same opponent. Okay, I'll check raise, yeah. I think it's thin, but this is like the worst hand that will check raise, I think. I guess I could check call, actually, allow some bluffs. Because it's not as if we're like super pumped with this hand about putting like tons and tons of money in. And then check call river. I guess now he'll value bet ace 10 and ace queen as well. Maybe he'll bluff something like deuces. Yeah, easy call. Too thin to raise, I think. Nice, and ace 5 of hearts as well. So it could have been a much bigger pot, that as well. Maybe check raise flop. We probably check turn and check river, actually, so maybe not. Queens. Do we play any shoves here? Even if we did, we can't now because we are 170 deep against chip take. So this ends up being an annoying spot where we fold versus shove against chip take. Obviously, we're 4-bet calling. I think he's supposed to jam ace 10 suited and shit pure here, by the way, which is dead fun. Goes for the call. 9-5 deuce. He should only realistically have 9s and aces that beat us. Maybe kings. Maybe 5s if he 3-bets 5s, actually. I guess we want to see all in because he doesn't shove better hands, right? Yeah. Okay, hold. Ugh. No club. Alright, no 4 or 5. Queen, deuce, 9. Fuck's sake, man. Sigh. 1 for the EV. Right, here's pretty interesting. We 3-bet. We go just over half pot on the flop. We're going to bet small on the turn and then have a decision on river. But that one was alright. Fuck's sake, just hold there, man. Come on. Picking up the jacks. We're going to go 10 big blinds here. We are balls deep against chip take. 10-5 deuce. We are going to start putting money in. Sometimes bottles just need to be chucked. I couldn't have said it better myself. Queen on the turn. I am going to slow down, I think. I don't... Actually, no, I'm not. I don't really like either size, though. Is half pot reasonable here? Is it too thin with this hand? I don't really think I want to have small bets on this turn. So I'm going to do this, but it might be a little bit punty. I don't know. But it's a card that, like, ace 10 just continues. King 10 continues. River's amazing. Can I go for 3 streets? No. I mean, what's he realistically have? I guess some traps. Yeah, I guess we check back and just hope to see, like, ace 10. Stuff like that, yeah. I think it's too thin for 3 streets. Nice. A lot of 10s about. We got our boy CG on our direct right, playing 600 NL. He's come to battle. Let's slow roll him. I was bowling. Really enjoyed it, actually. So we went to play shuffleboard. We have some all-ins here, but I'm on a low roll, so I'm going to flat. But I'm pretty sure we just whack this in sometimes. I don't even know if we call. I tell you what we do, though. We do flop top set, which is fucking lovely. This one's nasty. I actually think we're going to fold tens here. This guy's playing 19, 12, 5. 0% 4-bet. Here, this is nice, though. I guess just calls versus that size. We don't love the turn, but we are not going anywhere. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this. Real small bets. And then I'm shoving any non-diamond, non-deuce. I mean, I might shove. I don't know what I'm gonna. Let's see what happens. That one's really awkward, but I still think I have to shove. I still think I have to shove. Yeah, I do have to shove. Yeah, some 5, 6, I guess, and 6s. That's it. Thing is, I don't think we get called by worse all that often. Does aces with the diamond take this line? I guess we're gonna have to fucking just rifle Queen Jack and King Queen of Hearts there, which is pretty insane. So and this one's I think it's a pretty reasonable hand to I guess trap slash whatever you want to call it, and just a reasonable candidate to start check calling with. And now we are obviously never ever folding river. I don't. Okay, now okay, I am folding river. This is really nasty because I don't think I have any better hands that aren't aces. But he's just, is he just 3x pot bluffing here? I'm gonna have to call because like I see some people just absolutely spaff off in these spots. I'm just not folding an ace. I'm just not folding an ace. But this, I mean, this will probably be a solver call, but it'll be 0 EV, I would imagine anyway. Yeah, it's just got nonsense. I think this is one of those fucking, like, do you remember the guy with Jack 8 offsuit? Like, imagine I'd have folded there and he's just got pure garbage. Here we are 4-betting button versus big blinds. And honestly, seeing a really weird board, I'm gonna range bet for sure. And get it in, but I'm really not happy with this. We block King Queen at least. Queen shouldn't be in there. Tens might be. What am I supposed to do on turn, though? I really don't want to bet fold, but I also really don't want to check. I think betting small. I think that's a mistake. And I'm going to end up folding because I don't think population are bluffing there. I mean, I don't even know if he has Queen Jack here. I don't know, actually. If I really shouldn't fold this. No, I'm not going to fold this, am I? I don't think he has that much of value. Ace Jack. One combo of King Queen. 10 should just rip as well. 10 should really just rip pre, so. I don't know what we're going to see as bluffs, I guess. Like, 10 Jack should bluff, Queen Jack should bluff, Ace 10 should bluff. Trying to fold out Ace Queen, shit like that, but people don't do it often enough. But I really shouldn't fold Ace King when I check about the turn, so. Yeah. And again, I want to downgrade here because, like, people, like, when I tag them as tighter players, it's because I haven't seen them go all in on the river and be bluffing. Now, yeah, I've only got, like, 700 hands on him or something, but there's people where I've got 3k hands on and I haven't seen them bluff the river. So again, like, what do we actually realistically lose to there? If we assume he doesn't have queens and we assume he doesn't have tens, which is a pretty reasonable assumption, then we're losing to quite literally 3 combos of Ace Jack, 3 of aces, and 1 of King Queen. I should bet the turn though anyway. I don't like the way I played that hand, but I think the call is fine. I just get fucking sick of paying off fucking nits, and people are like, oh, they're not nits. They're really good. So I'm going to 3-roll here. We call 3-bet with King Queen suited, get a really good flop. I think checking back is good as well, because... Man, am I gonna flat this? I'm gonna flat this because I'm on a fucking super low roll, but I feel like a fanner. So it's really good as well because a king is a really good turn where we can have ace king and we can dominate that. So I think that checking back this hand is fine because it's only realistically really bad card is an ace. And then I guess we just do this. Bet big and bet big, and hopefully he's got like ace king. He doesn't. Right, so up here we have just flatted a 3-bet. We've called a flop bet. He's bet very, very big on turn, and we see the worst river in the deck. The saving grace, I guess, is that he checks ace king and ace jack now, but we were ahead of those and now we're not. We don't really beat a lot here. In fact, we beat so fucking little. If I had kings with a king of hearts, things would be very different, because guess what we'd be doing here? We'd be turning our hand into a bluff. So here, like, he just doesn't have that many bluffs, I don't think. The fact that we're getting an amazing price... I mean, I guess I have to call now, right? I guess we call and lose, yeah. Because we need to be right 1 in 11 times here, which we're just not. But I don't think I want to turn my hand without a heart into a bluff. And maybe he just has king queen or something, yeah. So it's so obvious there that, like, and also when he has ace king with the king of hearts, not only does he block my strongest hand so he can just call, he also just can 3-bet jam that hand as well when we do raise. So that's such a fucking retarded river, man, honestly. I think this is a pretty fun raise candidate in position, so I'm gonna go for it. And barrel when we turn equity. I think floating's fine as well. I don't think we ever want to fold here. But I think it's a pretty fun one to raise with, and then we barrel, turn, and river. You're tick-tocking them. Size do we want to go? Something like this. And then bet river and not be thrilled by it when he does continue turn. I'm not sure how often he folds, but I think it's a really good... We don't have that many obvious bluffs. Yeah, we'll bet river. We should have some fold equity against hands like ace-10 with a spade, stuff like that. Like, I mean, even sets I think could fold because, like, what obvious bluffs do we have? And I think we just go this size. I think this is pretty good, to be honest. I guess he's got a low flush. Oh, top set. Right, okay. I wonder if we ever, like, 3-bet this hand. It's super weird to see this. Fours is actually just... It's probably better in a way to continue with, like... I mean, I guess we got quad outs now. Quad out. A nice, much better spot here, though. We're going to call 4-bet aces. Now it's just super weird because I don't really want to do anything. I guess we'll do this. Take it down with aces. Because he can have threes and deuces. 6 are relevant because 6 is... Yeah, but I mean, we just check back, right? Ace 10's a pretty weird raise. Here, we check, call, flop, check, check, turn. I'm going to check river and just check call, I guess. You got 10i. Didn't fancy it. I've got max value, basically. Go on, let's battle with CG. We're on a high roll. I think we're defending this pretty often anyway. I think versus check, we start bluffing this hand. Versus bet. Versus a third, we'll call. Versus... Okay. I think this is the hand that wants to start bluffing. And I think we actually pick a biggish size on this board here. We'll check that spot later. Loads of hands to check as well, which is pretty interesting. Loads of really fun spots. Been a fun day. Aces. We get 3-bet. Love to see it. Oh, we get cold as well. Okay, I would play a lot of shoves here, but aces is just too good to shove. And we'll be in position against Steve, which is fucking great news. Nitty bitty. Hello. Oh, baby. I can only play shoves, so we're all in. If we were deeper, like 150 deep or whatever, we'd play some clicks, but just playing shoves. Best thing about this is there's 42 big blinds in the middle. Even if everybody folds, we still win a reasonable amount. So I think he has ace, king, or queens now, because I think jacks goes into the muck pretty quickly. Because this guy's a nit, so I think he has ace, king, or queens. It wouldn't surprise me if he's folding. 18, 13, 7, the dude's playing. Here we raise blind on blind. We bet flop. We're going to barrel this turn. And then be faced with decisions on rivers. Not be faced with decisions on rivers. Okay. Yeah, just 3-bet. I want to play pots with this guy, so. We call a 3-bet here. Probably a hand where I should start electing to bet flop pretty often. We decide to check back. And river or flush. You can definitely have aces, but... I'm gonna go for like this size, I think. What am I gonna bluff for? No, I guess we do this. It really sucks as well if we get jammed on, because I don't think people will bluff jam here that often. Like, is he bluff jam kings with the king of hearts or ace king with the king of hearts? Prob's not, but like I cannot ever fold this hand. Does he ever value jam worse? Alright. Tank call, nice. Sir? What the fuck are you doing? What do you think I'm bluffing? You blocks it? Mate, that is the worst call I've ever seen. Right, here's a really fun one. We 3-bet against a tight player. We bet flop and we bet turn. The turn is actually quite thin against a nit, but he still has to have all the ace X and all the king X of hearts that call flop and turn. So, we need to see like ace 10 of hearts or ace 10 of clubs, I guess. We're going to lose here to like king jack suited and ace jack suited, but then we should beat a lot of other shit. Ace king, mate, you're literally not even fucking... You're not even worth fucking... You go and sit somewhere else. You fucking waste of space. Stop it, man. Stop it. So, if you haven't already checked out GTO Wizards, you can play around with it for free, get some of the ranges and post-flop and stuff for free. We give away 2 1-month subscriptions to the starter subscription every month. Nope, 2 every week when we do the cash game reviews, usually on a Monday. If you do decide that you want to buy it, if you want to go premium, if you use my link, sign up through my code, you'll get 10% off your first purchase, whether that be for a month or a year. God, I can't believe how much I love GTO Wizard. Right, first spot of interest was pretty fun. We open the hijack and the cutoff 3-bets. I roll low and flat the king 10 suited. And the flop comes king 6, 7, 4, and I go for the lead. Okay, so it doesn't mind this hand. Obviously, we're only leading with about a third of range. Nope, about a sixth of range overall. So king 10 of hearts is in there. So I roll high and decide to lead. Villain only doing small raising when he does raise. Villain had 9s in this hand, which just wants to call. Turn comes a 5 of spades, and I'm like, well, range bet. So equity shifts now here, where we have a load more sats, we have a load more 2 pairs. We don't actually... Wait, what's his range look like, actually? Yeah, so he doesn't have these suited connectors, really, apart from 5-6 suited and 4-5 suited. So this changes things considerably, which is super interesting. We have some overbets. So, king 10 of hearts is indifferent. King 10 of diamonds wants to overbet here. So, I think I went for the larger size, or around half part. Let's say we went 75%. And this pure bets it, which is really nice. And then villain calls, and then the river comes the 10 of spades. And this is mainly checking, yeah. And a little bit of shove, which the shove will be a bluff. Merge, I guess, because it calls 9s at sometimes, but basically a bluff. I wanted to see if the river was a king, what we do on a king, if our strategy changes, and if we have any block bets. Okay, we have a tiny bit of like 1/3 with king 10 of diamonds, but I would much rather bet the king than I would the 10, because the 10's way too thin to value bet. This one was fucking well annoying. It's probably... So, I don't think it's going to be a punt. We open the button, the small blind 3-bets. I decided to 4-bet. It's not even 4-betting as much as I thought it would, only 8%. I thought it'd be 4-betting a lot more than this. So, we can't really see the spot, annoyingly. But what we can see is the king 8 deuce rainbow. No, king 8 deuce flush draw. Me range betting. And then villain, yeah, this is what I mean, man. Villain finding the raise with 8s when it never fucking raises 8s. So it has some shoves and some clicks with king X and then nut flush draws, but it always wants to trap 8s for obvious reasons. Because your hand's so fucking goated. So obviously we can't see ace deuce because it's not in here, which is annoying, but I think it's fine. I think the shove's really good. What are we actually shoving? We're shoving some like queen eye flush draws. We're showing our 8x. For a pretty high EV. So, Deuce X, you know, this hand I think makes a really, really good shove. And I'm just pissed off at like... And then people are like, oh, why'd you tag him as a nit? And I'm like, why'd you think? He's got the fucking... Basically the stone nuts with the most EV ever. And he's like, I'm going to stop him from bluffing. Like, come on, man. Like, the problem with raising here is now you only get paid off by flush draws. Hands like ace deuce of hearts if I'm fucking psycho enough. And then king X plus. So I just fold jacks, I fold 10s, I fold queens. And you're just forcing me to play a range, like my range very, very straightforward, really. We open ace-5 suited, blind on blind, and we get an ace-king-3. I have ace-5 of diamonds in check. Villain bets. So they have, like, overbet here. This is just weird, man. They're checking back so much that they don't really have, like, kind of normal sizes. Let's say they have 3/4. Which they have a little bit of, and we call. Turn comes a 9 of clubs. Nope, 9 of spades. We check. Again, they've kind of got overbets. 75%. We call for a low EV. And the river comes the ace of clubs. We check. I mean, yeah. He didn't play it this way, but he did 3x pot the river. And I figured these will all be 0 EV, but... I mean, does he do it with 10 jack offsuit? At a frequency, he does. Which is a little bit worrying as well.